an assassin, damage dealing super tank that just doesn't die. So I mean, it's just everything that you want and tick a box with a champion. One has that.
Definitely. I mean, I'm guessing more than likely, Leon is going to be in the support lane with ColdQ. Throughout the group stages, he was abusing Galio, and it worked really well for them. Whether this is just a first match switch up of ColdQ here, or this is a play from Almighty Capybara Elites that we are in for a treat. But yeah, as I was saying, the ColdQ on Almighty Capybara Elites absolutely abusing the Gragas pick throughout the group stages. So it's interesting and definitely refreshing to see him on a different pick this time.
Now you're going to be seeing the Ziggs as well. The Bomberman's still going to be on the Rift, still going to be causing a bunch of havoc. I'm curious to see if these are like, is this just still duo lane AP meta that we're seeing, it seems like, with like Ziggs down in the bot lane potentially, and then Orianna as well. Obviously it could be like mid lane Orianna, mid lane Ziggs, but highly doubt it. I mean, competitive play, they love to play these AP mages down in bot lane. They never like to play the AD carries, unfortunately. There was a time when AD carries were really strong and they were played a little bit like some Jhin and AD Kai'Sa, but even Kai'Sa now just builds ability power because, hey, why not?
That's it. It does the damage, and it definitely works, to be fair. The Orianna has actually been a pretty interesting pick. Some teams haven't quite pulled off the flavors of Orianna with First Strike as well. It's generally gone hit or miss, but obviously we're in the playoffs now. I've seen Forever Esports play the Orianna. Same with Government, who are going to be up next. They played a very good Orianna, so I'm really interested to see how Orianna fares within the playoffs, but she has been a great pick. The Z for Forever Esports is another trump pick for them, and then Garen on the side of Almighty Capybara Elites going in the Baron lane, it seems.
Yeah, so it looks like we might see the as you mentioned before, you know, Ornn potentially in the support role. Garen can be like, you know, top. Garen could be mid. The Ornn can still be in the Baron lane as well. No junglers being picked up on either side though, unless that potentially is a Gragas jungle. Kha'Zix's going to be banned away. The Wukong as well. So a lot of these strong assassins and bruisers being picked by a lot. I wonder if anyone picks something like a Kayn or something, or an Evelynn could potentially be pretty strong, especially because I saw it in you know, quite a lot in Asia. They've been loving the Evelynn jungle just as kind of a surprise, really, because it's one of them champions that you don't really play against too much, so you know, especially in competitive, so it can definitely, you know, surprise a few teams with, you know, the sort of play style that it can bring.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is Forever Esports that do go for the Evelynn, because when I was covering the Wild this week, the qualifiers, I was confused why there was a team banning Evelynn. I was like, okay, this is completely out of the wild ban for EU Esports. But then I think as the rounds went on within that finals, we saw that they did unleash the Evelynn in jungle for Forever Esports, and it definitely did work very well.
So Yone potentially going to be the pickup here as well for Aces. I think Aces have a lot of players that people will recognize, and they're not player 1, player 2, player 3, because apparently that bug is still in the game, even though I haven't casted for so long and I haven't watched games in so long. That bug is still not fixed, unfortunately. They have players, like you said earlier, with Cold Star, Sanji as well, Ryder Zito. So they have a lot of, you know, strong players, and I think Forever Esports have a few players. I think Carlos is one that is definitely going to be very strong. I think he's ranked 5 at the moment on the leaderboard, like the overall leaderboard on the EU at the moment. So he's definitely a player to look out for, and potentially on that Jax as well, even though it has Carlos down in support, like, because he's down at the bottom, but I'm not too sure if these players are in the right order. We'll have to wait until we actually get into the game itself.
Yeah, definitely. Braum has been a big support pick recently. And it proves very well. I mean, not only just in solo queue, I find Braum quite a chunky support to actually try and get around, but he has been showing and rearing his big bald head into the esports a lot recently, especially over enchanters and whatnot. But it's definitely looking like we're going to get that on in support on ColdQ for Almighty Capybara Elites.
Yeah, interested to see where the other champions go, to be honest with you, because we got Garen, we got Yone, we got Fioris, we got loads of different champions that could potentially be played in many different roles. You know, Fiora can go jungle, Yone can go jungle. It does look like we're probably going to get Garen mid lane against the Zed, which is a pretty good matchup, or Yone in the jungle and Fiora top lane. But yeah, as you can see, Forever Esports are not in the right order. They're back to front. They're back to front. How do they not know this yet? It's like the support and duo at the top, and then the down the, it's fine.
Trust me, mate. Throughout the whole of the group stages, whenever I've covered Forever Esports, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to try and like explain these flex picks. They're just in the wrong order, and I had to sort of like manually do it while I'm in game.
It's the Brom top lane, Jack support. Let's go.
That's it. Yeah. But no, yeah, they are definitely the one. They're the only team that don't do it, and I think it's become a little bit of a meme. So they are definitely seeing
I think government used to do it as well until they finally realized. I think government was the other team. I remember government doing it a little bit, and was they were a team that did it for a little while. But I think yeah, I think most of the time it was actually most time was Forever Esports as well. But we are going to be getting into game, obviously, because we don't have any delays or anything. I'm gonna have to pause the game at the start and wait for the 2-minute delay, so then on the stream, there you go, then you can sync up.
Real. I'll try and sync that bad boy up.
We're good. We are ready to go. I didn't int. Don't worry. Oh, already seen a first blood already. In the Baron lane, it seems like, with the supports heading up there. I can't tell if my director cam is on. Oh, there we go. The director cam is on now. Already first blood in the Baron lane for Carlos, with the supports going back. A support still going Baron lane. Are we really seeing support still in the Baron lane?
They're still doing it.
Oh yeah. I feel like maybe something might have changed. I was coming into this today and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of excited. There might be some new things today, but we're still seeing the same thing. I don't get it.
No, it's that EU flavor. It's that standard EU flavor, mate.
Nothing changes. Where's the meta breaking stuff? Where's the meta breaking pick or meta or anything? We're just seeing the same thing over and over again. Aye.
Flavor, that's all it is. I mean, you don't see it in NA, which obviously I'm covering as well at the moment, helping out Jamco, but yeah, it literally is just us. We still do it. So it's clearly an habit that's gonna die hard.
Forever in our hearts, support's going up into the Baron lane, but I mean, it didn't really work here though for but wait, I just realized these things are the, oh no, they're not. Oh no, they're cool. I thought the names were the opposite way around, but we're all good. But yeah, it wasn't really good for aces though, and to be honest, it might not look good again for aces because Carlos is battering in this Baron lane, and hey, directed cam does its job again. We love to see it.
Its job again, yep.
I'd love directed cam.
Casting its gaze to an okay. What that sure with the ignite.
Everything's happening at the moment. Even the Baron lane, Yone jumping in the Baron lane as well. Everyone's surviving on just slivers of HP here for Forever, but actually a kill there for S-Style, a solo kill on the mid laner for Forever Esports.
Yeah, nice use of Ignite there for S-Style in the mid lane. We originally thought that we was going to see the Garen in the Baron lane, but it looks like Fiora's taken the lead down in mid lane against the Zed. It's clearly working. Already one kill up them. Okay, Garen in there, but Braum getting last hit. Nice.
If I've ever seen a jungler play Garen, a jungle main play Garen, I think that's the most Garen thing I think I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh no, Sanji. Oh no. The multi-role talent of Sanji trying to get a kill there on the Gragas, but unfortunately didn't do enough damage.
No, unfortunately not. But yeah, Forever Esports are currently up with the 2 kills over Almighty Capybara Elites here. Gold is very, very on point. There is literally nothing between it.
I don't mind to do that. Whoops.
Can I flick it?
Yeah, we don't.
Say, yeah, what happened? What happened?
We don't talk about that. I was actually about to move the screen because I think the screen is a little bit too. Okay, now we're good. Now we're good.
Oh, Yone getting the kill on the turret. Nicely done. Well played, Ryder.
Good old Ryder Zitto. Good old Ryder Zitto. Bit of an interesting start. We're even on gold. 3 kills to 2 right now, which is pretty nice for both teams. I'm trying to look at the items to see if there's anything interesting happening, but I mean, everyone is just completely in tier 2 boots at the start, which is no surprise really, to be honest with you, with how strong the tier 2 boots are now. Even though they're a little bit more expensive, they're really powerful now with the stats that they give.
Literally, I feel like it's a little bit of a Mobile Legends tinge there. It seems everyone building boots first item like Mobile Legends seem to do.
Roaming around the map. Right, Zito with the Berserker Grease finish, trying to look for maybe another mid lane gank, but the mages look to take cover in the mid lane as both of the major objectives spawn. I'm curious to see where these you know, teams are going to be looking towards. It looks like it's going to be a trade of objectives for now. Mountain Dragon for that Rift Herald, but Rift Herald can definitely look to try and extend this lead here for Aces if they can grab it. But so they tried to get both. They tried to roam at the same time, but it's just going to be a trade in objectives for now.
Oh, there's the Oriole. Oh, not much going on here. Are we going to see the Rift Herald be dropped in the mid? Yes, there it is. Will they manage to get it connected and do the damage to that turret? Garen is already into the thick of it. Managed to get the kill. Oh no, the turret got the... I thought turret got a kill on Ziggs there, but no, Ziggs got the turret there, and then we see the Rift Herald just fall short of that second tier turret, unfortunately.
That's fine. No, they did the job in the end. Shelly will be happy with that. Shelly will go down and rest for another game. Unfortunately, we don't get double Shellys now. Right, is Zito going for another play in the bot side? Oh, Ornn as well. Ornn with the damage. Oh, gets the kill as well. Trades the kill, actually.
Oh. Turret's doing God's work onto Ornn there.
Sad times. So nothing too crazy happening in this game so far. Nothing. I mean, everything seems pretty normal. The only new things that we're really seeing is the items and the rune setups.
That's basically it. That's what we've been seeing since the big old patch came through. Yeah, there's been nothing exciting to report other than I think the most exciting thing other than the boots is probably Ori's now rotation back into the mix, because we didn't see Ori for some time. She was generally a dead pick. It was mainly replaced by the likes of Karma and stuff like that, but now we seem to see her coming back in to the rotation of the meta.
I'm surprised Lux wasn't the choice, because I think Lux is still really strong, especially with the changes that happened to her first ability now, being able to go through minions and just the high amount of burst damage you can get. And for some reason, it doesn't seem like the direct account wants to go in bot lane, because it's looking at Baron lane instead. Seems to be something happening in the bot lane, but I think it's just Ornn takes a little bit of damage, and Ornn might be dying. Actually, stasis. Really early stasis.
There's that Ornn ult. Oh, he died before he can connect that second proc of the ult there. Oh, it's looking like 2-1 trade so far for Forever Esports. We have Yone going back in for another kill onto the Braum. Nicely done. He's still looking for bits. Oh, but gets caught by the Gragas and the Orianna, unfortunately.
Yeah, he was kind of stuck there, to be honest. And Sanji, the silence. Does it even have enough damage to do the ultimate either? Actually kind of saving the ultimate, really. It maybe could have done enough damage if he used the ultimate, but this gives the Zed enough time in the Baron lane. I just realized I have to change the names after this. Chat, someone remind me to change the in-game names after this so it doesn't show the champions, it shows the in-game names. Thanks, chat. Thanks, Twitch chat. Hashtag reminder. Exclamation mark reminder. I should make that a thing. Actually, exclamation mark reminder. Yeah, chat does all the work for me.
They're the real production, it seems.
Chat can do the talking for me as well. I'll just sit here and chat can do the talking for me. That'd be great.
Right, so we get a little bit of a feisty fight there on the blue side. But they seem to be a 1-0 trade for Forever Esports. Is Sanji going to go down as well? Yep, they do. So Forever Esports are actually looking like they're getting to a point where I think they can comfortably just keep going with the snowball, with the easy kills. The team fights are definitely going in their favor, it seems.
Yeah, Riot Sister does get a bit of a pick, though. Orianna just kind of alone on his is lonesome there, unfortunately, but they are going to lose the bot lane tower. Gragas actually dashes over the wall, and as soon as Gragas dashes over the wall, it's actually met by the Fiora. Gets the kill there. Very, very nice, and Ornn with the follow-up as well. Not too sure if they're going to do enough damage, but hey, look at Ornn. Look at this champion, by the way. Look, tanking tower. I'm okay. Yep. I can tank tower. Yeah, this champion, man. I can't. Yeah, craft away, craft your items. This champion's something else.
2 items in, and he's just like, yeah, turret means nothing to me, mate. You Style, go in there and get that kill, please, while I just get this itch off my back. Oh, there we go. Ziggs gets the last hit onto the Infernal Drake. We did see Zed there, but he did a honorable attempt at trying to steal the dragon, but failed. And we're seeing Sunjin in the top lane, securing that first tier turret in the Baron lane also. So currently it's 2 apiece in the turret game for both teams.
This game's been pretty even so far. There's just been trades across the map, just towers for towers, objectives for objectives. Oh, Fiora going for the solo kill again. S-Style. Oh, it's close. Oh, still has the flash as well, and the healing's going to come through with the ultimate. So Fiora is definitely a player that has a huge lead on the rest of the map at the moment. 8,800 gold, 5, 1, and 3 now on this Fiora. Going for the more scaling build as well, with the tier building into Manimune. So this Fiora is going to be very, very scary. Definitely. I mean, it's a good place to be sitting 5-1 compared to the enemy Baron lane there, so it is a big difference for your Baron laners, and it's only just going to make the comeback easier. I mean, like we say, it's an even match, but we saw at some points that Forever Esports seem to be getting those like net positive trades on their side, but then we're seeing that the S-Style here on the Fiora is definitely making moves and getting those small victories from Forever Esports, especially onto the Zed as well. The Zed's actually not doing too good, currently at 1-3, but still a lot to play for. It's literally 11 minutes in, not much difference in the gold. It is literally anyone's game. I was having a look and seeing if there's anything, you know, interesting as to know. It seems like the Fiora going for the armor pen boots, which is a very interesting one. Not going for the defensive boots, more going for just as much damage as possible. So Fiora definitely looking to try and carry this game, looking to try and split push, and you can see, oh, Zed jumping in with the ultimate. Nothing happening there. Good flash away from the Ziggs, but that does mean the Ornn's going to get caught there, unfortunately, and 1v1 here between Carlos and S-Style is getting extremely close, and oh, the flash from Carlos. Okay, and there's no way he lives as well. No, I don't think he's going to live. Oh, directed cam. Yep, let's watch the Ziggs, why don't we? Carlos lived as well? Oh my god. What a beast.
Lived, and we didn't know what happened because direct cam thought, you know what, I haven't the Yordle on the Euro radar. A little bit of representation from the Yordle there. Oh, nicely done. Right, Zito going in. Getting the Orianna, but there's Braum still up. Then going in onto Ziggs. Ziggs no longer having that status. There is that proc, and we get that kill onto Ziggs also. So it ends in a 3-2 trade there for Forever Esports.
It's turned into a bit of a crazy game, to be fair. It's a bit scrappy as well. There's just back and forth fights happening right now. It's not really any sort of direction or really plan for these two teams at all. It's more to do with just fight, and just see who comes out on top at the moment. I think that's basically what's happening right now, because there's just so many fights happening, so many shenanigans happening across the map, and you can see with the gold as well. Gold is even, towers are even, dragons are even, so even this third dragon is not going to be too heavily contested.
Yeah, it's just fighting. I think the main, it seems like for either of these teams, it's just getting the right fight at the right time and just wipe it. It seems to be getting like a 3-0 or a good trade in your favor. Just for when either the jungle objectives come up. We see that Baron Nashor is alive, and then we have the Ice Dragon spawning in 37 seconds. There's a bit of a mid-bash up here. Oh, nice Gragas bringing the Garen back into the front line there. Yone going straight in onto the Gragas. Nicely done there.
Very
bit
nice
of a 1v1 going on in the dual lane. Can we get that style from Carlos again? Oh, status! The clutch!
Oh,
with the counter strike as well. Nice.
And Carlos, even though he was 1-3 just a second ago, we were just talking about how Carlos is 1-3, and now Carlos is 5-3 now, showing why he's one of the best in the EU right now. Like I said before, currently ranked 5 in Europe in terms of the rank ladder, and really proving that this game. So really insane performance to do that well against a Fiora who was so far ahead on gold and now is pretty much even on gold. Just absolutely insane play here from Carlos.
Yeah, we've been seeing it a lot more as well with the Jax build in the Riftmaker also. So it's clear that it's working against the Fiora.
And that's always a skill matchup, Fiora against Jax most of the time. I mean, I think Jax will scale probably better than the Fiora, but every time that you see that 1v1 matchup, it's all to do with proccing the vitals, it's all to do with the counter-strike as well, and trying to time the counter-strike with the parry from Fiora. And it just all depends about that timing. If Fiora uses a parry too early, and if Jax gets the counter-strike, then he gets a lot of free damage. Also coming in here from Ornn is not going to do too much. Zed is really low, and yeah.
Oh, nice. Sanjin getting that slam dunk after the first strike being procced from the Ziggs.
I mean, Garen doing Garen things. That's, I mean, yeah. Flash ulti. I mean, there's high skill gameplay that we just saw. Very high skill gameplay.
Just charge into the low health champions. Like, yeah, this kill's mine. No one else has got it.
Just like flashes in. It's just like, yeah, I'll do my job. You lot just sit back and relax, and I'll do my thing.
I'll uneven the Baron Nash fight. Don't you worry, guys. Don't you worry. It's all me. It's all me.
Oh.
Football game caught out there. A little bit too deep. Nice status, though. See the Orianna already being procced. But then we see Jax go with the status. Also, he's surrounded by the wolves. Can he outplay the Fiora? He does as well. Oh, he manages to dodge the Ziggs ult.
I mean, I was going to say, Carlos is completely smurfing this game. Zed jumps in, though. The cleanup might be here with the Gragas. And my God, the Zed is even flashing in, trying to do enough damage. Gets the double kill to maybe look to turn around as well, because the Braum is still alive. Triple kill.
Oh.
Okay, really nice play.
Done. That was definitely a turnaround from KenQ after I did him dirty earlier, saying that he wasn't doing too well. The flavors are definitely pulling off now for Zed. We are letting him cook. Garen may get this kill. No slam dunk in store for Zed. We have the Orianna coming around with the Braum as well. 3v1 in the mid lane. The Ice Dragon does go for Forever Esports as well, so they are sitting on 2 dragons apiece. That turret is going to fall literally as Jax stares at it in the distance.
Yeah, very interesting. So Jax is actually not going for Hullbreaker or anything like that. He's actually going for Black Cleaver, which is very interesting. You don't really see Black Cleaver being built too much on Jax. Riftmaker is one of the new items that a lot of players have been building because of the sustain and the extra true damage you can get with Jax is quite nice. Across the board, though, nothing really too crazy in terms of items, as my audio has gone and I have no idea why. I haven't touched anything, but there's no game sound. There's only ping sounds.
I can still hear it.
Well, no, I can hear the sounds, but I can't hear the champion sounds anymore for some reason, and I can't tell why. Does that mean the game's over soon? Maybe. Who knows? We'll have to see, I guess. maybe that's a sign that the game's over soon. I saw Zed jumping in the mid lane, and he actually died to Garen, but it's fine. We're watching the Fiora instead, so you never know at this point. Is this just a base race, actually? Fiora's pushing bot lane, and wait, I think Aces might actually win this game.
Yeah. Possibly. We got the Jax recalling, but we've got Yone looking to try and cancel. Oh, he does! Braum's coming in, though. Is it going to be enough to take on the Hullbreaker minions?
I mean, Fiora's trying to end the game here. The points about forward, the minions, the auto attacks, the damage. I think Fiora's done it.
Garen.
Okay.
Oh, zesty. The base race completely stopped by Yone there. So I believe a little bit that the MVP should go towards Yone, to be fair. If it wasn't for him stopping that recall, I think we probably wouldn't have seen that end in there. But fair play to Style, absolutely just running down the do all in with the Hullbreaker minions, and then just literally proto belting around to the Braum as Garen comes in as well. So first point goes to Almighty Capybara Elites, which from the team fights, especially in the early game, we didn't expect to see, but that's what happens, baby. It is not Hollywood, it is Wild Rift, and anything can happen at that point.
Yeah, it was really just the difference with the Hullbreaker, to be honest. That Hullbreaker really making a big difference for Estal split pushing in the bot lane. Carlos was split pushing in the top lane. He did have quite a big wave, but he didn't have Hullbreaker. He went for the Black Cleaver instead. And as you mentioned, Zito flashing in, canceling the back of Carlos, actually won them the game because they weren't able to, like, excuse me, Carlos wasn't able to go back to base or anything. And yeah, it was just he was chilling.
It was definitely the flavor of the match. I feel like that was the flavor we needed to finish off the match. As you said, it was a lot of sort of like team fights, bit of tit for tat, taking what they can in terms of the team fights, and just literally taking turrets when they can, taking objectives when they can.